Welcome to ManaSota-88's program on the environment. Tonight we're very lucky to have Glen Compton, a science instructor from Venice High School, as well as ManaSota-88's co-land use chairman for Sarasota County. And we have three young people with us tonight that are members of the Students of the Environment at Venice High School. And Glen will tell us how this came about and introduce the students, if he will.
Thank you, Gloria. I teach a first period gifted science class, and it was the idea of a number of the students to get together and try and form an environmental club. So we advertised a couple of weeks ago to have our first meeting, and we got a real good response. 70 students showed up, and it was really kind of overwhelming to see such support turn out for the first meeting. So we immediately divided up into a number of committees and tried to address a number of local issues and also plan some of the future activities that we're going to do with the club. One of the first things that we're going to be doing, which we're going to do on Saturday, is we're having a beach cleanup at Venice Pier, and we're going to walk along and clean up the debris and try to collect as much of the recycling cans as we can, and then put that to a general fund for future club activities.
That's great. And this is Dawn Perkins, who's the president of the club, and Andy Snyder, and Michael Higgins, who's the secretary and was kind enough to fill in this afternoon at sort of the last minute. I know that we've all heard from all our programs has had adults on it. We've heard what they think and what their concerns are. And so today we're very fortunate. We'll just kind of begin with Dawn. How did you get interested in this, Dawn?
I became interested a few years ago. I became involved with Greenpeace, and it just went from there. I'm interested in all phases of environmental protection, and I don't know.
Well, we'll get back to that in just a minute.
Okay.
Andy, how about you?
Well, I was interested with all the Earth Day publicity. I thought that it would be a good time to start a club, so we got it together and we were able to do it.
Okay, and Michael?
Well, I became interested. Andy was really the person who came up with the core idea, and I thought I'd give him my support. I've always been real interested in the environment because I think it's one of the prime issues that affects our generation, because even living here in Florida specifically, I mean, we're running out of water as it is, and we have to do things about it now, or we're not going to be able to live here by the time I'm grown up. So.
Right. And what do you think, beginning again with, well, I'll ask Glen, since he's a young father, about the kind of world that we're leaving for our children and grandchildren to inherit?
Well, it's something that I wish would have been addressed a long time ago. It's the environmental movement seems to be coming on real strong, but I wish it was something that really would not have left us in the position where we're at right now. I wonder if we're leaving something to our children that has been destroyed to the point where we can no longer guarantee the public's health and our children's health. So my main interest in the environment is for protection, to leave to my children, and to see the things that have been happening since the time I've been here in Florida is rather discouraging. So it's certainly something that I take to heart and want to be as involved as I possibly can.
Dawn, what do you think about the sort of world you're inheriting? Are you optimistic or pessimistic?
I used to be pessimistic, but then I learned more about it, and I learned that there was something I could do about it, so now I'm more to the optimistic point of view.
Andy, how about you?
Well, I can't help but being a little bit cynical, but I think that, as with Dawn, once you learn what you can do to help, it sort of helps you get a better point of view, more optimistic.
I think so. Yeah, and I think that we've all found in some way or another that one person can make a difference, and just the 70 of you together can make a tremendous difference. How about you, Michael?
Well, I think that it's really up to individuals to get behind it, because we've got to face the facts that not everyone is going to get involved. Some people just don't care enough and don't have the foresight to see the problems. So we're going to have to do more than we would normally need to do if everybody was concerned. I think we all have to put extra effort into it.
Okay, sort of beginning at that round robin again, we'll ask your esteemed science teacher here. What do you think is the major problem in Southwest Florida, Glen?
A real problem, probably the number one environmental issue, is growth. and it has been for a number of years. So regulation of growth, proper planning, making sure that we do have infrastructure to meet the needs of the people that are here and to plan for the growth that is coming. Water is a critical issue. Conservation of water, preservation of existing water quality, being sure that we do not overdevelop our resources to the point where we have a collapse in the environment within our area.
How about you, Dawn? What do you see as the major environmental problem right now?
The major problem right now facing us, I think, is the proposed oil drilling. I believe that that would totally destroy the marine environment. And I also believe that our endangered species are in real trouble in Southwest Florida. And I think that there should be something done, or things done to help save them.
Do you think that what's happening to so many of our endangered species are an indicator to man about what his fate might be?
Yes, definitely.
How about you, Andy?
Well, I don't know. I think that humans can survive probably without a lot of the animals, but it's just like you don't get a feeling of awe looking at just a barren coastline, but when you feel all those animals and separate organisms, it gives you a sort of a sense of perspective.
Right.